What have you seen so far out of your quarterbacks?
Competition. Every day we come out to compete, not only as a corner group, but as a secondary, as entire defense, entire offense. Our goal is as a Wildcats, we get better by the time game one comes.
How's the competition between the receivers and the corners and the one-on-ones? How does that help the?
I don't know what day in camp we're in, but you can tell we've been around each other quite long enough. But it's good competition. We're feeding off of each other. Battles are going back and forth, which is all you can ask for in a team.
Were you on the coaching staff when Dylan Wyatt was added, or was he added before?
Yeah, I was here.
What did you guys see in him? Why did you want to bring him aboard?
Well, I've known him, since he was coming out of high school a little bit, as well as his journey at Illinois and things like that. So I kind of knew who he was already and what he stood for. Love his competitive nature and drive, and of course his maturity to add to the room. That's pretty young. So he's been a great addition. He's pushing the guys, and the guys are pushing him.
And then G7 seems to be a guy who's emerged in camp. What
Yeah.
have you seen out of him?
Competitive, athletic, but he's growing every day. The goal is to continue to coach everybody in the room, continue to grow, but he's doing some good things out there. He's raising the competition level, and he loves being a part of the team.
What does it say about a guy when you can throw him on Cowing and also T-Mac, just two completely different body types?
Oh, man, if you find one of those guys, it's amazing. But he's a competitive guy. They're all competitive guys. They're competing at a high level. But, of course, you want a guy that can match up with any type of wide receiver. That's a prototypical guy, because you don't know what side of the ball a guy might not be on. So, but he's doing well. The whole entire group's doing well. Stooks is showing up quite a bit as well as Ephesians and Takario. So, the competition battle is always there, and it's forever fluid.
Do you know how he got the nickname G7?
I have no idea, but when I find out, I'll let you know.
You said at the beginning that they've kind of seen enough of each other at this point.
Yeah.
Receivers and the defensive backs. We've seen them chirping at each other from time to time. Where's the line, as far as you're concerned, with what's kind of acceptable and kind of maybe not acceptable?
Yeah, well, regardless of competition and what's said out there, respect is always mandatory. And I think our guys don't cross that line as far as respecting another competitor across the line, as well as being teammates. When we lead a field, we leave that stuff on the field, and we compete at a high level. The goal is to push each other to be the best that we can possibly be, and then hopefully we make the games a little bit easier.
How effective is the dollar package? You kind of throw out all your DBs out there at one time.
Oh, man, it's forever growing, forever fluid. We're just trying to figure out what would be best on what down.
What are the challenges when you have a smaller corner versus a guy like a different body types like we did in G7? Is there a different approach that you take with them in terms of hands and all that?
Yeah, as a coach, I feel like our jobs are, to make sure we coach each individual to the best of their ability. Every person is unique, just like we all are. Everybody's unique and have strengths and have weaknesses. So as a coach, it's my job to make sure I coach everybody to the best of their ability and don't treat every guy just like one way. Each guy learns differently. Each guy has different techniques and different attributes, and that's our job as coaches to reach every single kid in the room.
It seems like this week a lot of things are clicking for Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that? And something that you've kind of seen building up? Or?
Oh, well, I think as an entire unit, as a defense, we're growing. And D-line is doing their thing. Linebackers are showing up, safeties, corners. I believe as an entire unit is coming together, but he's showing up in a mighty way right now.
What has enabled Ephesians to kind of separate himself from the pack a little bit?
He played a little bit last year, which always helps. But as far as separation, this guy's coming. It's a forever competition in that room. The best part is that they're a brotherhood. So I wouldn't say just purely solely separation. I would more so say guys are competing, and he's been able to, grow and mature a little bit faster than others.
Obviously, you like to have the length that he and Takario have, but what are the challenges that those guys face as far as the technique that's required to cover guys who are maybe they're going to maybe smaller than them, maybe quicker than them?
Yeah, of course, lateral movement, feet work. Because when the guy's that long, typically wide receivers don't want to be touched. So being able to move their feet quickly and things like that is something that we're continuously building on. And then when they get a chance to use their hand, use them things. You seen their wingspan? It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, but they're phenomenal kids, and they want to learn each and every day. But I feel like our entire group, as an entire defense, as an entire team, what Coach Fish is putting together in all three phases of the game with specialists and with the pack and things like that, it's coming together at the right time.
Obviously, a lot remains to be seen, but what do you think about the defensive additions and the identity you guys have on that side of the ball at this point?
Well, competitors, and in the West, that's what we're really trying to teach. Is compete every inch and defend every blade of grass. That's what Coach Nansen is always talking about. It's all about the ball, and we got to find a way to force turnovers. You got to find a way to compete with your brother and not let your brother down. So we're just trying to just build a cohesive unit so everybody do their job and make sure we have trust among all 11 guys on the field.
Would you prefer two corners to separate? Are you okay with a rotation?
You know, I feel like as week to week it can grow. You never know. You know what I mean? I mean, a guy can have a really good week and a guy could be clicking on all cylinders. You know, it's kind of like the NBA. You got a guy that, you know, wasn't playing much and all of a sudden he finds a role and he's a permanent piece of the puzzle. You know, so guys have to continuously battle and continuously grow every single day. And it's our job as coaches. Come game one, we'll see who's going to be out there.
Who would you think is the best corner in a one-on-one coverage with T-Mac from your group?
I don't have one. They all competing.
Can you tell us the starters and when you know the starters?
Of course not.
I'm just making sure.
Appreciate you, man.